Stepford, Victoria.
In northwest
Stepford
used to look like that. But thanks to these, it now looks like this. And a few miles away,
Whitefield
was supposed to look like that. But because of him, it looks like this. That, these, this, that, him, what, this is the story of a town planning cock-up that happened 50 years ago. One of many examples of unfinished
Stepford. Stepford.
I'm standing at the rather pointless
Coxley New Town.
tube station. It sits on its own at the end of a branch poking up,
Between Bowden and Coxley.
making the
SCR network.
tube more complicated for everybody. You might wonder, why would they put a station in such an awkward and confusing place? The answer is, they didn't do it on purpose. And the clues as to why it's ended up like it has can be seen here.
If you look at this sign, it says Metro services no longer operate here. Please use Coxley Station just 5 minutes up the road.
So what was this train?
Operator.
And why isn't it
Operator.
line anymore?
In 2017, the SCR developers proposed a metro operator which would serve Whitefield, Morganstown, Coxley, Winstory and the airport, and it also had its own metro loop as well. But the developers scrapped the idea as they pretty much had a huge phobia over subway trains. The Morganstown and Whitefield lines
Survived the axe because the line was electrified as far as here in 1939. The architects from back then have left clues all over the place that they were really serious about building this extension. Clue number 1.
City Hospital was originally going to be called Beachley, but it was renamed and the station was relocated up north.
Clue number 2.
Financial Quarter was originally going to be called Willowfield, but it was renamed and the station was relocated further north and is now a terminating station.
Clue number 3. The imaginary line would have come here over the road on a bridge that they started building. Then the line carries on down there to the best clue of all. Clue number 4.
These houses outside St. Helens Bridge.
This was supposed to become
Old Harrow.
a station. As the imaginary line goes further and further north, the clues start to run out. The next station would have been
St. Helens South.
which is now a nothing. So they started, but why didn't they finish the extension? The simple answer is that the
A big update.
came along, which put an end to all funding for the project. And by the time the
A big update.
was over, they'd changed their mind. A massive splodge of greenbelt was put right where the extension was going to go, which meant no one was allowed to build houses. No new houses, no need for new stations, and the
Metro Loop.
North plan was officially abandoned forever on the
21st of April, 2018.
I admit it, I'm being nostalgic for a railway I'm too young to remember and some stations that never existed. But here's a thought, are we
Stepfordists.
any worse off today because they never finished the
Metro Loop.
Will they ever rebuild the old railway, reconnecting?
Stepford, Victoria and St. Helens Bridge together.
The answer is
No!
the old
Metro Loop.
it will definitely never be rebuilt because we've burnt our bridges and built gubbins in the way, like this, and this, which is actually my
Stabby McStabby Gang.
house. To rebuild the line, we'd have to knock it down. You don't want your house knocked down, do you?
No.
Should we have safeguarded the route in case we changed our minds? I think allowing development on the line was short-sighted, and they should never have built this stupid house. But what about those stations beyond?
St. Helens Bridge.
Is it such a bad thing they were never built? I think probably not. I love
Stepford.
London's imperfections, and I think there's something mad and exciting about the clues to a whole new dimension
Stepford.
that could have been. A truly great city like
Stepford.
London gets its character not from how it successfully planned for the future, but how it failed. And obviously, the failed plans of the
Metro Loop.
is just one of
Stepford.
London's many failed plans. Only one chapter in the big and ongoing story of Unfinished
Stepford. Stepford.
Oh, shush yourself.